During this lesson, please listen carefully because at the end of this lesson, I will ask you a few questions about what we talked about. With a few exceptions, all mammals and birds are warm-blooded, and all reptiles, insects, arachnids, amphibians, and fish are cold-blooded. What does it mean to be warm-blooded or cold-blooded? The temperature of an animal's blood is related to its body temperature. Warm-blooded versus cold-blooded. Warm-blooded creatures like mammals and birds try to keep the inside of their bodies at a constant temperature. They do this by generating their own heat when they are in a cooler environment and by cooling themselves when they are in a hotter environment. To generate heat, warm-blooded animals convert the food that they eat into energy. They have to eat a lot of food compared with cold-blooded animals to maintain a constant body temperature. Only a small amount of the food that a warm-blooded animal eats is converted into body mass. The rest is used to fuel a constant body temperature. These thermal infrared images of warm-blooded animals show how birds and mammals maintain body temperatures well above the surrounding cooler air temperature. Cold-blooded creatures take on the temperature of their surroundings. They are hot when their environment is hot and cold when their environment is cold. In hot environments, cold-blooded animals can have blood that is much warmer than warm-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals are much more active in warm environments and are very sluggish in cold environments. This is because their muscle activity depends on chemical reactions which run quickly when it is hot and slowly when it is cold. A cold-blooded animal can convert much more of its food into body mass compared with a warm-blooded animal. The infrared images show how cold-blooded animals take on the temperature of their surroundings. Both the gecko and the scorpion are at the same temperature as the air surrounding them. Notice the difference between these cold-blooded creatures and the warm-blooded humans holding them. Thank you for listening. Now it's time for those questions. Question number 1. Which of the following is true? Please choose one of the following options. Option number 1. Warm-blooded animals don't need to eat much food. Option number 2. Cold-blooded animals generate their own heat. Option number 3. Warm-blooded animals need to eat a lot of food. Option number 4. Cold-blooded animals need to eat many times per day. Please pause the video, choose your answer, and when you're ready, continue. Okay, time's up. Let's go through the options one by one. Option number 1. Warm-blooded animals do not need to eat much food. Well, warm-blooded animals generate their own heat, and they do this by converting some of the food that they eat into heat. Therefore, this is not true. If they don't eat much food, they cannot maintain a constant body temperature. This is false. Option number 2. Cold-blooded animals generate their own heat. No, warm-blooded animals generate their own heat, and cold-blooded animals rely on the surrounding environment. Option number 3. Warm-blooded animals need to eat a lot of food. Yes, this is exactly correct. Warm-blooded animals need to eat a lot of food because warm-blooded animals convert a lot of the food that they eat into heat in order to maintain a constant body temperature, regardless of how hot or cold the surrounding environment is. Finally, option number 4, cold-blooded animals need to eat many times per day. No, cold-blooded animals can sometimes go a few days without eating, and they won't really have a big problem as they do not need to generate body heat. Therefore, most of the food that they eat is turned into body mass. Okay, so the answer here was option number 3. Moving on to question number 2. Which of the following is false? Option number 1. Most mammals are warm-blooded. Option number 2. Mammals sometimes have a body temperature warmer than the surrounding air. Option number 3. Humans are cold-blooded. Option number 4. Most reptiles are cold-blooded. I think you know the drill. Pause the video, choose your answer, and when you're ready, please continue. Time's up. Again, let's go through these options one by one quickly. Option number 1, most mammals are warm-blooded. This is absolutely true. Option number 2, mammals sometimes have a body temperature warmer than the surrounding air. This is also true because mammals try to generate and maintain a constant body temperature. That means sometimes, maybe even in a cold environment, our blood and our bodies will still be warm. Option number 3, humans are cold-blooded. Well, humans are actually mammals, and generally speaking, most mammals are warm-blooded. This one is false. You are not cold-blooded, are you? Finally, option number 4, most reptiles are cold-blooded. This is true. Therefore, since this question is asking for which one of the options is false, the answer is option number 3. And congratulations, the last question for today's video. What might happen to cold-blooded animals in winter? Option number 1. They are very sluggish, and that means they move slowly, etc. Option number 2. They become warm-blooded animals. Option number 3. Their blood will be warm. Option number 4. They are much more active. That means they move quickly and so on. Time is up. In winter, cold-blooded animals become sluggish. They move slowly because the surrounding environment lowers their body temperature, and therefore their muscles and so on cannot act as quickly, and the animals as a result become sluggish and slow. Okay, well, good job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to the video today. I hope you learned something. I hope it was useful. And take care. See you next time. Goodbye.